Hey everyone, my name is Cryptic D, Athena, and this is Devil Fruit Fridays. Last week we talked about the firework fruit, and I thought it was really interesting, even though it was very simple. This week we have another simple devil fruit, so let's get right into it. Devil Fruit Fridays, Week 6, Strike Fruit. You will be able to strike on surfaces and create flames. You basically your entire body becomes a matchstick. So if you don't really know what that is, basically go grab a box of matches and pull out a stick. That's a matchstick, and that's what this fruit is. It's a very simple fruit, but I thought it was kind of interesting when I first thought of it. What's interesting about my first thought about it is that I thought about it when I was rereading Bleach, or not rereading, but I was going back through it because I had watched the anime years ago. But I was going back through Bleach through the manga, and one of the characters in the manga has firework tools. He basically has these wristbands on his arm where he can light his fireworks on fire. And I was like, oh, that would be an interesting devil fruit. A very simple one, but I think it'd be kind of interesting. So the basic idea is you and the rest of your body can scratch on the surface of a solid object or a person or something, and you can set yourself or the object or the thing that you scratch on fire. And that's it. That's basically the fruit. There's not really much to it, but I think it'd be kind of an interesting fruit to have. I'm not sure how it would work out too well when it comes to power. Like overall power, it's probably not going to be a super powerful fruit. I can see it being like similar to how people thought the rubber fruit was super stupid. But like whoever gets this fruit would probably be like, if they were someone like Luffy, they could probably do all kinds of things with this strike fruit. So a couple ideas I had for this were obviously setting your hands and feet on fire, setting your entire body on fire. It's just basically light yourself on fire, the fruit. Nothing much more to it. I think it might also be interesting if you incorporated explosions into this somehow. Maybe you could like hold out your arm, one of your arms, then you use your other hand to scratch on the length of your arm and then fire off explosions from the release of the scratch. I'm sure I'll show that off when I draw this later, but I think that's like one way to attack with this fruit. Another way to attack or to use it against someone is if someone has a shield, you go out to them, you scratch on the shield, and you make the shield explode, or from where you scratch it, the impact of where you scratch explodes or sets on fire. It's just a very simple fruit. There's not a whole lot to it, and I don't think there's much to talk about it when I think about it. However, one other idea I had today when I was looking up the word strike, just to see if I could pull any other ideas from it. I think a very funny devil fruit would be the idea of when you cross out someone's name, on like just crossing out words in general. So you have a piece of paper, you write a word down, and then you cross it out, is basically the idea. But I have the idea that maybe the strike fruit wouldn't be necessarily your body becomes a matchstick, but you could cross out people or cross things out quote from existence. Not necessarily that, but you could do something to cross things out and stop them from existing. I'm not really sure how to explain it. Number 7 on the definition of strike for Google is to cancel, remove, or cross out with, or as if with a pen. So I kind of see it as, speaking of Bleach, spoilers for Bleach for the final arc. There's a character in Bleach whose power has them literally steal the name of their opponent, and their opponent loses all their powers because of the whole idea of having power within a name. So maybe this fruit would work similarly. Maybe if you figure out the name of someone, you just strike them however that would work, and then they lose all their like willpower or stamina or something. Maybe this fruit could be like you strike out a specific aspect of a physical system, like you strike out someone's metabolism or you strike out someone's stamina, you strike out someone's strength, speed, agility, all that stuff. I think that'd be really interesting. But the initial idea of striking you and your surroundings to set things alight, I think that's really cool. And that's what I wanted the fruit to initially be. But if it was also to be able to strike out things about a person, whether that be their name or something or other about a person, that would be really cool. And yeah, I think both of them fit One Piece very well, but there's a whole lot of fire-based abilities in One Piece, so the second idea of the strike fruit would actually be far more interesting than the first one. But that's everything for this fruit, to be honest. There's not much more you could say. I almost had somewhat of an idea for like how strike is used as like as an onomatopoeia for like the sound of hitting something. You know, you like strike something and you just hit it. It's another word for like hitting. Strike is another word for hitting. So I was just like, okay, maybe this ability allows you to hit things harder. Maybe, I don't know how that would quite work. And for that reason, I think it'd be stupid to make the strike fruit do that. And I'm not sure how you could play with a power like that. So instead, I'm just gonna stick with the two ideas I had already. And with that, I think that's everything for this fruit. Let me know if you have any ideas for a strike fruit. You could really take things for a stretch. I mean, my second idea was initially a stretch, but I think I kind of came up with something really cool on the fly as I'm talking about it. But what do you all think? Do you think my fruit is like weird or super underwhelming compared to the rest of the fruits that I've talked about earlier? But yeah, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you would want the fruit, if you would want the fire version or the ability to strike something off a person. Strike something physical off a person, like their stamina or agility or whatever. Let me know what you think in the comments below. With that, I want to thank you all for watching. Follow me on Twitter at CrypticHell, Cryptic_HEL, to see all my videos artwork. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you all for watching. Have a nice day, everyone.